Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're going to continue with our project with Denny McLain and Bob Gibson, the year of the pitcher 1968, and this will be Bob Gibson's second start. And so this is the Denny McLain Bob Gibson project, and they take on the 12 best teams as I deemed them from 2017. Denny McLain went 31-6 with an ERA of 1.96 and striking out 280. Bob Gibson, and this is his second start. McLain's start will be coming up either later tonight or tomorrow when I come home from work. Gibson went 22-9 with an earned run average of 1.12 with 268 Ks. And once again, they'll take on the 12 best teams as I deem them from 2017, which are all the playoff teams, and then the next two best teams. And those teams consist of the Arizona, Boston, Chicago Cubs, Cleveland, Colorado, Houston, the Los Angeles Angels, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, Milwaukee, Minnesota, and the New York Yankees, along with the Washington Nationals. In the chat, we have What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful boxing channel. He had a great live event on Saturday where he called the fight, or what lack of thereof a fight between Triple G and I don't even remember the opponent's name, but Triple G knocked the guy out in the second round. So, but it made it entertaining because T-Dub was his live call, and we had the chat and call in. It's a lot of fun. Check that channel out. What's Blazing in Sports with T-Dub. All right, so let's get to the starting lineups here. And what I had to do this project, I had to shut off the fatigue factor, because no matter what I did, no matter if I put the pitcher out 10 days, it still said Gibson and McLain were fatigued for 3 days, and I don't want to play any other games. I don't want to. We've already shut off the injuries, so if I feel like, because if Zack Greinke is starting to get racked, I don't know how the computer manager will manage it without there's no fatigue factor, and this is done because I want just to pitch McLain and Gibson every 5 days. Both guys will face the number ones from both teams. I've decided. I was going to go 1 and 2, but they're going to face the same pitcher both times in the home and away series. So there's no fatigue factor. If I feel that the pitcher, the manager, the computer team, if the pitcher's kind of getting racked, I'll take control and change it. But that's the only time I'll take control of the computer team. All right, let's get to the starting lineups for the St. Louis Cardinals. And leading off is Lou Brock, and he's playing left field. He batted .279, 6 homers, 51 RBIs. He'll be followed by the center fielder Curt Flood, .301, 5 homers, 60 RBIs, and this is 1968. Batting third, Roger Maris, coming to an end of his career. .255, 5 homers, 45 runs batted in. The cleanup hitter, the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda, .248, 16 homers, 73 runs driven in. Batting fifth, the catcher, Tim McCarver, .253, 5 homers, 48 runs batted in. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Mike Shannon, .266, 15 homers, 79 runs batted in. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Julian Javier, .260, 4 homers, 52 runs batted in. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Dal Maxfield, .253, 1 home run, 24 ribbies. And batting ninth, the designated hitter. There is a designated hitter in this league and project. .230, Bobby Tolan batting .230, 5 homers, 17 runs batted in. on the mound, taking on Bob Gibson. In his first start, Zack Greinke took on Denny McLain, and he lost. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 9.39. He went 8 innings, 8 hits, walked 3, struck out 7, gave up 1 home run. He got hit quite hard in the, I want to say it was the 8th inning. Greinke in 2017 went 17-7 with a 3.20 earned run average, 215 strikeouts. Behind the plate, you have Iannetta at first, Goldschmidt, Drury's at second, Owens is at short, Lamb is at third. Hasselbaker is in left with a 0 arm, Pollock is in center with a -1 arm, and Peralta's in right with a -1 arm. So Lou Brock steps to the plate. And let me make sure I have this. I click on here. There we go. It's set up properly. All right. Here's the first batter, Brock, to face Zack Greinke. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock. And that is a 1-8. Ball game on its way. And Brock works a walk, so leadoff runner on. He's got a 70% chance of stealing. Corners are playing in for Curt Flood. Flood 301 with 5 home runs. B. Bunter. And we're going to attempt to steal with Brock. He's running. And that's an 8. Lou Brock will have a stolen base, as he is safe. So he's in scoring position. And Curt Flood is at the plate. Again, Curt Flood batted 301 with 5 homers. And the corners have moved back to normal. And infield normal. On deck is Roger Maris. We're going to let Flood hit away. Iannetta sets the target. Here's the pitch to Flood. 1-7. And that will be a single to left. We're going to wave Brock around. 80% chance of scoring. And we're going to hold the trail runner. 17, oh my God. And Brock is thrown out at the plate by Hasselbaker. He got a true hop and quickly released. Good throw by Hasselbaker to Iannetta, and Iannetta applies the tag on Brock. For the first out of the inning, Curt Flood does not get an RBI. He is denied by the arm of Hazelbaker, excuse me. Unbelievable. A surprising throw, getting Brock out at the plate. So 1 out, 1 on. Roger Maris steps to the plate. Maris 255 with 5 homers in 1968. Let's see if Maris can get some of that mojo back. Greinke deals to Maris, and that is a 1-10. That's a hard line drive to Drury, who makes the leaping catch at second. For out number 2, Flood quickly scampers back to first. So 2 outs. Flood's at first. Here comes the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda, 248 with 16 home runs. Right-handed, power-hitting first baseman. Flood will be off on contact. The windup and the pitch by Greinke, and that is, we're living off that 1 column. 1-6. And that'll be a ground ball to Lamb. He ranges to his right, throws to first, side retired. So Brock gets thrown out at the plate, and the inning comes apart for the St. Louis Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Due up for Arizona, Pollock, Peralta, and Goldschmidt. Let's go through their lineup, though. Leading off, A.J. Pollock. He's playing center field, 266, 14 homers, 49 ribbies. He'll be followed by the right fielder, David Peralta, 293, 14 home runs, 57 ribbies. Batting third, playing first base, Paul Goldschmidt, 297, 36 homers, 120 runs batted in. Batting fourth, playing third base, Jake Lamb, 248, 30 homers, 105 runs batted in. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Chris Owings, 268, 12 homers, 51 runs batted in. The man who threw Lou Brock out at the plate, not known for a big arm, as he had a 0 rating, Jeremy Hazelbaker, playing left field, batting sixth, 346, 2 homers, 10 ribbies, only 52 at-bats. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Brandon Drury, 267, 13 homers, 63 ribbies. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Daniel Descalso, 233, 10 home runs, 51 runs driven in. And batting ninth, doing the catching, Chris Iannetta, 254, 17 homers, 43 runners batted in. Bob Gibson is on the mound. Gibson in 1968 went 22-9, 1.12 earned run average, 268 strikeouts. In his first start in the project, he lost to the Red Sox and Chris Sale. He is 0-1 with a 4.50 earned run average. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 9. McCarver's behind the plate. Orlando Cepeda's at first. Julian Javier's at second. Dahl Maxville's at short. And Mike Shannon's at third. Lou Brock is in left with a +1 arm. Kurt Flood's in center with a -1 arm. And Roger Maris is in right with a -2 arm. So A.J. Pollock steps to the plate. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. He deals to Pollock, and that is a 4-10. And that will be a single for Pollock. So the leadoff runner's on. Pollock lines a shot to center. And he has an 80% chance of stealing. He's running. McCarver will throw down. We need a 17 or better. It is a 16. So Pollock will be safe, as McCarver's throw is just a little late. No outs. Pollock in scoring position for David Peralta. RBI opportunity here for Peralta. The windup and the pitch by Bob Gibson, and that is a 2-10. Another chance for a hit here for a Diamondback batter, and that's a 14. And it'll be back-to-back singles off Bob Gibson, as that's up the middle. And Pollock, they're going to wave him around. 1 through 14 he scores. Flood will be throwing to the plate as he charges the line drive. Here's the throw to McCarver, and it's a 1. It will be late and up the line. And it's 1-0 Arizona. So the Diamondbacks succeed where the Cardinals fail. The runner does score from second. And Peralta advances on the throw. Now bring up Paul Goldschmidt, power hitting first baseman. He had 36 home runs in 2017. Peralta takes his lead from second. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Goldschmidt, and that is a 2-10. Oh my lord. This ball's gonna be driven. Gibson's been hit hard so far this inning, and that is a 13. Goldschmidt drives that ball left field. Brock racing back at the track, and he makes the catch. Peralta goes back to second base. Straight a little too far. Should have probably stayed back to try to tag. So 1 out. Runner at second. Here comes Jake Lamb. Lamb had 30 home runs in 2017. Left-handed batter. Gibson has been hit hard by the first 3 batters. Here, let's see what Lamb, the cleanup batter, how he'll fare. Gibson deals to Lamb, and that is a 2-7. And Lamb walks. So first and second, 1 out. Does set up a double play ball. Chris Owens steps to the plate. Owens had 12 home runs in 2017 with a .268 batting average. Hits better against righties than lefties. Cardinals hoping to turn 2 up the middle with Maxwell and Javier. McCarver wiggles the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Owens, and that is a 4-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Gibson is 1 out away from getting out of this jam. He's given up 1 run. He has 2 outs, 2 on for the left fielder, Jeremy Hazelbaker, who threw out Lou Brock in the top of the first. Now, he did it with his arm. Let's see if he can do it with a stick. He only had 52 at-bats in 2017. Left-handed batter. He awaits the Gibson offering. Here's the pitch to Hazelbaker, and that is a 1-4. And that's going to be a single to left as he goes the other way. Will they send Peralta? They're sending Peralta 1 through 18. And he is safe. We're going to throw for the lead runner. We're going to take the shot here. We need a 19 or 20. We need a 19 or 20 here. We need a big throw from Brock to return the favor to the Diamondbacks. And it is a 19! Lou Brock will throw Peralta out at the plate. Let me make sure. That is a 19, folks. The dot is right there. That is a 19. So Lou Brock looks to, let's make sure. We'll click select. That is yes! So Lou Brock has thrown out Peralta at the plate. He returns the favor side, retired. The Diamondbacks are denied another run. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Arizona. What a play by Brock. He charged the ball. Quick release, accurate throw to McCarver, who planted the tag on Peralta. Due up for the Cardinals, McCarver, Shannon, and Javier. McCarver, 253 with 5 home runs in 68. Left-handed batter to face Zack Greinke. Greinke gets the sign. He deals to McCarver, and that is a 4-6. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 down. Mike Shannon steps to the plate, third baseman for the Cardinals. Looking to get things started here with 1 out in the top of the second. Ionez sets the target. Here's the pitch to Shannon. That is a 5-11. That'll be a fly ball out to Peralta in right. And that is a 16. Bad luck. 11 and under is a hit. It's a 16, so Peralta has a beat on it. 13 and he'll make the play for out number 2. Shannon flies out to right. So 2 outs, no one on for Julian Javier, 260 with 4 home runs. He's a C bunter. Greinke picks up the sign from Iannetta. Here's the pitch to Javier, and that is a 1-10. Ah, God. That was a 1-10, and I clicked too quick. So that should have been a double. There's no forgiveness once you... So, well, he pops out, but we're going to have to give... Next time he comes up, he gets a double. So I have to just mark that down. Oh, I hate when that happens. Every once in a while, I think I click on the 10 or the number. So let me just write that. It's a double. We gotta give him a double for Javier. Next time up. Side retired. Due up for the Diamondbacks, Drury, Descalzo, and Iannetta to face Bob Gibson. In the chat, we have the Real World and D. Scott Howard. Hope all is well. The Real World says, I remember looking at the box score to see if Gibson completed the game back in 68. Completed his games back in 68. Yeah, he pretty much was automatic with complete games. 68, unbelievable the way the pitching was. So once again, we had a faux pas. We're going to give Javier, next time he comes up, he will get a double no matter what. He's getting a double. So if there's runners on, he's doubling, and the run's going to score because it was a 1-10, and I'll just show you. Let's go to the Julian Javier card. Against a righty, 1-10. What we'll do is we'll roll, and 1 through 16, he'll have a double. Anything higher, he'll have a single. And what happened was, I thought I clicked on the 10, and then I went too quickly, and I clicked on select. When I missed the button misclicked, so it was still on the 1, and instead of having a possible double or a single, it was a pop-out inning over it. So we'll roll for a double, and at no worse, he'll have a single the next time he comes up. It's the only way I can make it sort of fair, because I faux pas'd it. All right, here's Brandon Drury at the plate to face Bob Gibson. The windup and the pitch. And that is a 2-2. How do you do? 2-2. And that'll be a ground ball to Javier. He throws to Cepeda for out number 1. 1 down. Base is empty for Daniel Descalzo. Descalzo, 233 with 10 homers in 2017. Left-handed batter. He awaits the Gibson offering. Here's the pitch. And that is a 2-6. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down. The number 9 batter, the catcher, Chris Iannetta, 254, 17 homers. Right-handed batter. McCarver goes through the signs. Gibby nods his head. Here's the pitch to Iannetta, and that is a 4-10. Iannetta swings. It's a 7. It was a 7. That ball goes up the middle and through past the dive of Javier. So a 2-out single for Chris Iannetta. He keeps the inning alive. Top of the order, A.J. Pollock. Pollock is 1 for 1 with a run scored. Iannetta, very slow base runner at first. Cepeda playing behind him. Pollock looking to get his second hit off Bob Gibson. Here's the pitch. And that is a 6-9. Ground ball to Maxville. Usually a solid fielding shortstop. That's a 4. So that's a G3 number sign. 15. And Maxville will make the play as he ranges towards his right, snags it up the middle, and throws to first for the outside. Retired. We go to the top of the third. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Due up for the Cardinals, Maxville, Tolan in the top of the order, Brock. Dow Maxville, 253 with 1 home run, right-handed batter. Greinke's ready to work. He deals to Maxville. That is a 4-2. Here's the swing, and that's a 10. And that's a single to left. So Maxville's on. Corners move in on Bobby Tolan. He's a C bunter. Cardinals trail by 1. On deck, Lou Brock. %72% chance of successful bunt. And even with the corners in, we're going to try to put the sack bunt down. Tolan puts it down. Oh, my Lord! He pops out to the third baseman, and it turns into a double play. As Drury was covering first on the wheel play, as both Lamb and Goldschmidt were charging, so Tolan foobars the sacrifice bunt. And once again, the Cardinals base running could run him out of an inning. That was a 5-4 double play. Lamb making the catch. It wasn't really a pop-up. It was really like a soft line drive pop-up. Lamb caught it and fired to Drury covering the first base bag. So 2 outs, bases empty for Lou Brock. He walked his first time up and then was thrown out to end the top of the first at the plate by Hazelbaker. Brock looking for some redemption, though. He did throw out a Diamondback runner in the bottom of the first to return the favor. Now he wants to get them back with the stick. Here's the pitch to Brock, and that is a 2-7. And Brock will hit this ball solidly. 17. And that's a single to right. Peralta quickly cuts it off, holding Brock to a single. But we're going to send Brock. Attempt the steal. And they throw over. Brock gets back. So good job by Greinke and Goldschmidt holding him on as he stole his first time he reached base. Here's Curt Flood. He's 1 for 1. He was denied an RBI when Brock was thrown out at the plate to end the top of the first. Flood awaits the Greinke offering. Here's the pitch to Flood. And that is a 4-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0 Diamondbacks. Due up for Arizona, Peralta, Goldschmidt, and Lamb. Peralta's 1 for 1 with a ribby. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibson nods his head. Here's the pitch, and that is a 5-5. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another K for Gibby. 1 out, no one on. Paul Goldschmidt steps to the plate. First baseman's 0 for 1. Gibson nods his head. He deals to Goldschmidt, and that is a 4-5. Goldschmidt rips a single to left. That's the 5th hit for the Diamondbacks off Bob Gibson. Goldschmidt, excellent chance at stealing. Second, 80% chance. And the hit and run, they put the hit and run on. And again, so I have to roll 4, 5, 6. So the hit and run goes off the pitcher's card, it seems, with the advanced rules, because 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are blotted out. All right. It's a 2. I don't know what to do. I wonder if I can hit cancel. I mean, they're going with the hit and run is on, so you can't really cancel the hit and run. All right, I'll roll again then. 1. I wonder if I can hit cancel. Let's hit cancel. Because, I mean, it runs on. Okay, so maybe that makes a little sense. If I don't roll, obviously, the 4, 5, or 6, the hit and run must not have been successful in that attempt. They can't get the lead. Okay. All right, that's how that works. All right, so now we roll 5 and 10. Make sure we got that right. Runner at first, 1 out. That's a fly ball out to Brock. He should handle it, and he does for out number 2. So Goldschmidt will be off on contact with 2 away. And Chris Owens steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. The windup and the pitch by Gibson. And that is a 5-8. 5-7. 5-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Diamondbacks. Due up for the Cardinals, Maris, Cepeda, and McCarver. Maris is 0 for 1. Can Roger turn back the hands of time? Greinke deals to Maris, and that is a 1-7. It's a fly ball, center field. Pollock going back and makes the catch. 1 away. Orlando Cepeda's 0 for 1. The baby bull digs in that right-hander's batter's box. Iannetta goes through the signs. Greinke nods his head. Here's the pitch to Cepeda, and that is a 4-11. That ball will go out to left field in Hazelbaker. 16. That's an F2. He has a beat on the ball. And that is a 16. And he will make the running catch. So there'll be 2 down. As he makes the catch running towards the line. 2 outs, base is empty for the catcher, Tim McCarver. He is 0 for 1. McCarver had 5 home runs in '68. He awaits the Greinke offering. Here's the pitch, homeward bound, and that is a 5-6. McCarver will hit this ball hard. 17. He'll have himself a single. He'll keep the inning alive, as that's a single to center. McCarver's at first with 2 outs. Goldschmidt holding him on. And Mike Shannon steps to the plate. Shannon had 15 home runs ago with a .266 average in '68. Again, he's 0 for 1. McCarver takes his lead. Here's the pitch to Shannon. And that is a 5-12. Ball hit right back at Greinke. very good fielding pitcher. That's a 5, so that's a G3. And this will be an out. And that's an 11. So Greinke fields a hard hit ball back at him, throws the Goldschmidt, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Diamondbacks in this pitcher's duel. As Beatles Eternally has joined us in the chat, he says, "Let's go Cardinals." How are you, Beatles, my friend? Hope all is well. Due up for the Diamondbacks, Hazelbaker, Drury, and Descalso. If anyone gets on, the catcher, Chris Iannetta. Hazelbaker's 1 for 1. And he threw out Lou Brock in the top of the 1st. So he's having quite a good game. Gibby deals to Hazelbaker. And that is a 4-4. This would be a play from McCarver. And that is a 1. That's never good. And a 14. And it's an error on McCarver on the throw. And Hazelbaker goes into second. So Tim McCarver with the error. He could not handle the squibber in front of the plate. He pounced on it and made a poor throw to Cepeda. Got away down the line. Maris backed it up. But Hazelbaker goes cruising into second with no outs. And here comes Brandon Drury. He is 0 for 1. He's a D-bunter. I don't think they're going to be bunting. He's a D-bunter. I think they'll let him swing away. He did have 13 home runs to go with a .267 batting average in 2017. He's swinging away. Gibson needs a strikeout here. He deals to Drury. And that is a 4-7. This could be trouble for Gibby. 4-7. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So there's 1 out, and Descalso steps to the plate, the designated hitter. He is 0 for 1. Hazelbaker takes his lead. Maxwell tries to keep him close at second. The windup and the pitch to Descalso, and that is a 3-4. Ground ball to Javier, a throw to Cepeda for out number 2. Advancing to third base is Hazelbaker. So with 2 outs, Chris Iannetta, the catcher, comes to plate. He is 1 for 1. Chance to pick up an RBI here. Big insurance run at third. Again, Gibson has to bear down. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Iannetta. And that is a 5-5. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gibson strikes out Iannetta. The Diamondbacks strand Hazelbaker at third. We go to the top of the 5th, still 1-0 Arizona. Due up for the Cardinals, Javier, Maxwell, and Tolan. If you were not with us earlier, I made a faux pas on Javier's card. I'll just explain it. I rolled a 1-10. Which should have been either a double or a single. You know, a single at worst and a good shot at a double, 1 through 16. I thought I had clicked on the 10. I did not click on the 10. And then I went to hit select. So it made it a pop-out. So Javier will have a 1 and a 10. So he'll have an opportunity, again, 1 or 10. He'll have an opportunity now. I'm making up as he should have had a hit. But by accident, what I did was, I clicked, it was on the 1. I went here to click on the 10. I did not, I must have clicked over here. Well, whatever I did, I didn't click on the 10. So, and I clicked, and it didn't take, and I hit select. And he popped out. So 1 and 10. Now we roll to see if he gets a double or a single. This is making up for my faux pas in his first at bat. And he has a 12, so Javier will double. It's the only fair thing I could think of. He'll double as he gaps both Hazel Baker and Pollock, and he cruises in with a leadoff double. Tying run is at second with no outs. And here comes Dal Maxwell. He is 1 for 1. RBI opportunity for Maxwell. Greinke trying to bear down here. He deals to Maxwell, and that is a 3-6. 3-6. And that'll be a fly ball out to Hazel Baker. He's there and makes the catch, 1 away. Javier stays put at second. Here comes Bobby Tolan. He bunted into a double play. He bunted the ball too hard to a charging Lamb, who caught it and then threw to Drury, the second baseman, who was covering first on the wheeled play as Goldschmidt was also charging from first. He has a chance to tie the ball game up here. Greinke nods his head. He deals to Tolan, and that is a 4-2. And this could tie it up here. Bobby Tolan swings, he makes contact, and that's a 1. So that's going to be a base hit. And that goes up the middle. And Javier is held up at third, so 1 out, runners on the corners for Lou Brock. Lou Brock was thrown out in the top of the first by Hazel Baker, and the Cardinals were denied a run. Now Brock can tie this game up. Corners are playing in, but Brock will be swinging away. Can he smack it past the drawn-in corners? We shall see. Here's the pitch from Greinke to Brock, and that is a 6-7. Ground ball to second base. Can Drury handle it? It's a 7. 7G3 number sign. This still could get a run in here. $13. So Brock grounds to Drury. And the only play is to first. The runner scores from third. We have a 1-1 ball game, so the ground out produces fruit. Brock will get an RBI. Advancing to second is Tolan. There's 2 outs. He'll be off on contact. Tolan represents the go-ahead run at second. Curt Flood, who is 1 for 2, comes to plate. Flood was the man who almost singled in Lou Brock. But once again, as I stated, Hazel Baker threw him out at the plate. Flood with another RBI opportunity to give the Cardinals the lead here. The windup and the pitch from Zack Greinke, and that is a 4-11. This ball will go out to left field in Hazel Baker. And that is a 5. So that's going to drop in for a hit. And a 7. So that's going to drop in for a hit. Tolan will score from second. And the Cardinals have a 2-1 lead. As Hazel Baker made a sliding, diving attempt. He smothered the ball. It gets away from him. And off on contact was Tolan anyway. He scores easily. So Flood gets his RBI this time. 2 outs, Flood's at first, and Roger Maris steps to play. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch to Maris. Flood will be off on contact with 2 outs. That is a 5-6. And Maris hits the ball hard. That's a 13. As he lines a single up the middle. Flood will try to go first to third. 1 through 16, he's safe. And it is a 6. He slides into third base safely. And Maris advances to second on the throw to third by Pollock. So 2 outs, 2 on, both runners in scoring position for the Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda's 0 for 2, 2-1 Cardinals. Cepeda with a chance to break this game open here. Greinke has to bear down. Iannetta wiggles the finger, sets the target. Here's the pitch to Cepeda, and that is a 3-7. Cardinals looking to try to get more on the board. And that ball is driven to center field. Pollock going back, racing back, reaching up. He makes the catch, side retired. But the Cardinals score 2 in the top of the 5th and take the lead 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Diamondbacks. Top of the order, Pollock, Peralta, and Goldschmidt to face Bob Gibson. Gibson has gone 4 innings, given up 6 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 6. Pollock 1 for 2 with a run scored. The windup and the pitch from Gibby. And that is a 1-8, excuse me, 1-8. And that's a 5. So Pollock smashes that ball up the middle past the dive of Javier and into center. He gets his second hit, and he is definitely a base running threat. As David Peralta comes to play, he's 1 for 2. He knocked in the only run so far, and that came in the bottom of the 1st. Gibson and Cepeda are able to hold Pollock at bay. He cannot get the proper jump. So now their concentration will go to Peralta, the left-handed batter, at the plate. Here's the pitch to Peralta, and that is a 5-4. And this will be a play for Shannon at third. That's a 4. G3 number sign. And a 13. And that's a lucky 13 as it falls between a 12 and a 14, which are both errors. So Shannon has it. Let's see if they can turn 2, or does he go for the safe play at first? And he goes to first. He gets the sure out for out number 1. Advancing into scoring position is Pollock. And here comes Goldschmidt, power hitting first baseman. He's 1 for 2. 2-1 Cardinals. Gibson's ready to work. He deals to Goldschmidt. And that is a 6-11. And this will be a fly ball out to right. Maris, pretty sure-handed fielder. And that's an 8. So that's an F2. And a 12. Maris will make the play. So there's 2 outs. Let's see if Pollock tags up. And because Maris goes deep and makes the running catch at the track. And Pollock is tagging up, it looks like. And that is a... That was a 9. And he's in there safely as the throw is cut off. So 2 outs, Pollock at third, 90 feet away from tying this game up. And here comes the cleanup hitter, Jake Lamb, excuse me. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Gibson, grim determination on his face. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Lamb, and that is a 6-8. Line shot to the leaping Javier, who snares it for the 3rd out and saves the day for Gibson and the Cardinals, denying an RBI. We go to the top of the 6th, 2-1 Cardinals. What a play by Julian Javier. Due up for the Cardinals, McCarver, Shannon, and Javier. McCarver's 1 for 2. Greinke deals to McCarver, and that is a 2-9. Ground ball to Owens. He has it. Throws to Goldschmidt. 1 down. Stepping to the plate, Mike Shannon. Shannon is 0 for 2. He awaits the Greinke offering. Pitch comes homeward bound, and that is a 4-10. And this ball goes out to center field to Pollock. A very sure-handed outfielder. And that is a 6. F2. And a 9. And Pollock makes the running catch, ranging a little bit to his right for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, base is empty for Julian Javier. He is 1 for 2 with a double. Trying to keep the inning alive. The windup and the pitch by Greinke, and that is a 2-7. Hard hit ball up the middle. Owens snags it and throws to first for the out. Nice play by the shortstop, Chris Owens. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Cardinals. Due up for the Diamondbacks, trailing by 1. Owens, Hazelbaker, and Drury. Owens is 0 for 2. Bob Gibson so far, 5 innings, 7 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and 1 run. Gibby's ready to deal. Here's the pitch to Owens, and that is a 3-2. Line drive right at Maxville, 1 away. And here comes Jeremy Hazelbaker. He's 2 for 2, and he threw out Lou Brock at the plate in the top of the 1st, denying St. Louis a run. Left-handed batter. Hazelbaker looking to go 3 for 3 off the immortal Bob Gibson. The windup and the pitch. Hazelbaker gets a 2-6. And Hazelbaker will walk, so he's on base for a 3rd time. Definitely a base running threat. 90% chance of stealing. He can't get the lead, so once again, Gibson and Cepeda do a good job of holding the runner on. And their concentration goes to Brandon Drury with 1 out and Drury at the plate. Cardinals hoping to turn 2 up the middle with Maxville and Javier. Here's the pitch to Drury, and that is a 3-7. Ground ball right back to Gibson. And he gets the lead runner, Maxville, but they can't turn 2 as Drury beats the return throw to first. So 2 outs, Drury's at first, 1 through 12 base runner. And I'll bring up the designated hitter, Daniel Descalso. The DH is 0 for 2, left-handed batter. The windup and the pitch to Descalso. That is a 6-7. And this will be a fly ball out to Flood. He's there. He makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 7th. The Cardinals cling to a 2-1 lead. It's a pitcher's duel here in Arizona between Zack Greinke and Bob Gibson. Both pitchers looking for their first win of this project. As Greinke lost to Denny McLain and the Tigers in McLain's first start. And Gibson lost to Chris Sale and the Red Sox in Gibby's first start. So due up for the Cardinals, Maxville totaling the top of the order, Brock. Here's the pitch to Maxville. He's 1 for 2, and that is a 1-7. This could be good for Maxville. And it is. That's a single to left. He's now 2 for 3. Definitely not a base running threat. Corners move in on Bobby Tolan. We're not bunting. He bunted into a double play last time. Tolan 1 for 2 with a run scored. And Torey Lovello is bringing in Andrew Chafin to face Bobby Tolan. Corner still playing in. So Andrew Chafin, 1 win, no losses, no saves, 3.51 earned run average, striking out 61 in 51 innings pitched. And he's a lefty, so this is a lefty-lefty matchup. And we're going to counter with Davis. So I'll step in the plate, Ron Davis. And Davis is 0 for 3 so far. And he struck out twice, but he is a 4L. So he hits lefties pretty good. When he does connect to get a hit, he only batted .203 in 68 with 1 home run and 17 RBIs. D bunter, D hit and run, 1 through 14 base runner. And stealing also a D. Chafin's done with his warm-up tosses. Iannetta sets the target. Maxville's at first. Here's the pitch to Ron Davis. And that is a 5-7. Can Davis come through? And Davis will come through. This is a hard hit ball. And that's a 7. So Davis will double. And we have phone delay. As that ball gets down in the corner, and Hazelbaker will have to get the phone and be right back. And we are back from phone delay. Thank you for your patience. So Davis doubles down the corner. Hazelbaker chasing in the lead runner. Can we attempt him to score 1 through 15? There are no outs. We're going to go the top of the order. We're going to hold all runners. So it'll be second and third with no outs. Top of the order, Lou Brock comes to the plate. As What's Blazing in Sports has rejoined us. He says, "Come on, Cards!" And he's brought his Cardinals good luck, as they have a chance to break this game open here in the top of the 7th. They have a 2-1 lead. Davis with the pinch hit double. And second and third, no outs. Infield pulled in for Lou Brock. Brock 1 for 2 with a ribby. Remember, Brock was thrown out at the plate by Hazelbaker in the top of the first. Chance for Brock to get some more revenge on the Diamondbacks. The windup and the pitch by Chafin. And that is a 2-5. And Brock's going to get revenge in a big way as he drives this ball. And that's a 5. And that would be a triple, it looks like. As no one's going to get this one. Pollock on his horse. He could be on a moped or a motorcycle. That's grabbing some wall, rolling around. Brock cruises into third with a triple. He's knocked 2 runs in, and the Cardinals take a 4-1 lead with no outs in the top of the 7th. So Andrew Chafin has been treated quite rudely by the St. Louis Cardinals, and here comes Curt Flood. Flood 2 for 3 with a ribby. Chance for ribby number 2. Infield still plays in for the Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch to Flood. And that is a 3-7. This could be good for Flood. 3-7. Ground ball to Owens. And through the drawn in infield. And Brock scores. The hard hit ball. Owens took a dive to his left. Couldn't get it. So Flood has once again knocked in a run, and it is 5-1. Chafin is tiring. And here comes Roger Maris. Let's see if the Torey Lovullo will make a move here. And Lovullo will bring in Archie Bradley to pitch to Roger Maris. Maris 1 for 3. Bradley on the year in 2017, 3-3, 1.73 earned run average and a save, striking out 79 and 73 innings pitched. Bradley has pitched 1 inning in this project, giving up 1 hit, walking 2, striking out 2. He has not given up a run. The right-handed throwing Bradley will deal to the lefty Maris with Flood at first. Here's the pitch to Maris, and that is a 3-10. Can Roger get his first hit? 3-10. Hard hit ball to Drury. Out number 1. He throws to first, but Flood gets back in time. So Maris hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it except an out. So 1 out, 1 on for the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. The bull is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Cepeda, and that is a 1-6. Lamb comes up with it over to Drury, on to Goldschmidt. Double play, inning over. If you're scoring at home, that's 5-4-3. As we play Take Me Out to the Ball Game for the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root. Root for the home team. If they lose, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And that's for Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, Clinton Parks, and Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. And also remember to check out What's Blazing in Sports for all your boxing needs with T-Dub. Trivia question. Who was known as the Penguin? That's easy. Ron Cey of the Dodgers. He went on to play for the Cubs, too. So that's Ron Cey. We're not even going to wait for that one. Ron Cey, Dodgers. All right. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Gibson has a 5-1 lead. He'll face Iannetta, Pollock, and Peralta. Chris Iannetta is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch from Gibby, and that is a 4-5. And Iannetta will get his second hit as he singles to left. So Iannetta's on. No outs. A.J. Pollock steps to the plate. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Gibson and the Cardinals looking to turn 2 up the middle with Maxwell and Javier. Iannetta not very fleet of foot at first. Cepeda playing behind him. Here's the pitch to A.J. Pollock, and that is a 2-10. And Pollock hits the ball hard. 17. And he lines out to short. So 1 out, 1 on. David Peralta steps to the plate. Peralta 1 for 3 with a ribby. Double play gets Gibson out of the inning and brings him to the top of the 8th. Peralta had 14 home runs in 2017 to go with a .293 batting average. Gibson deals to Peralta, and that is a 3-5. And this could be trouble for Gibson. This could be good for Peralta. 3-5. And Peralta goes the other way. He doubles down the line. Brock chases it down in the corner. Iannetta will hold up at third. So 1 out, 2 on, and both in scoring position for the power-hitting first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, who's 1 for 3. Goldschmidt has one ribby on the day. No, he doesn't. That's on the project. He has 2 ribbies. So Goldschmidt 1 for 3, chance to knock in a couple here. If he homers, he'd pull the Diamondbacks to within 1. On deck is the cleanup hitter, Lamb. Cardinals get some bullpen action up. Gibson nods his head. Tim McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Paul Goldschmidt, and that is a 4-6. 4-6. And a 1! And Goldschmidt will come through with a single. Wow. 1 or 2 is a single. Everything else is a line out. So Goldschmidt will single up the middle. Iannetta scores. Will they wave Peralta around? No, they will not take a chance. It's now 5-2. As the Cardinals bullpen warms up a little more earnestly now here in the bottom of the 7th. As Bob Gibson's run into a little trouble here. And the cleanup hitter, Jake Lamb, steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. If Lamb goes yard, we have a tie ball game, folks. And Lamb had 30 home runs in 2017. Peralta at third, Goldschmidt at first. Here's the pitch to Jake Lamb, and that is a 1-6. This could be painful. 1-6. Strike 3 looking. He couldn't pull the trigger. Good job by Gibson. Excellent movement on that pitch. Took a little something off it. He was not prepared for the off-speed pitch. He went down looking. And that is Gibby's 7th strikeout of the game. So 2 outs, 2 on. And the shortstop Chris Owens steps to the plate. Owens is 0 for 3. Owens had 12 home runs in 2017. So he has some pop in his bat. Not like Lamb, but he still has some. Gibson, grim determination on the mound. The windup and the pitch to Owens. And that is a 5-6. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gibson blows the fastball by him. The Diamondbacks get 1, but then Gibson shuts the door with back-to-back Ks. We go to the top of the 8th. The Cardinals 5, the Diamondbacks 2. Due up for the Cardinals, McCarver, Shannon, and Javier to face Archie Bradley, who's still out on the mound. Tim McCarver's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to McCarver, and that is a 5-7. Strike 3. McCarver with a big swing and a miss. Chased the high fastball on the outside portion of the plate. 1 down. Mike Shannon steps to the plate. Shannon's 0 for 3. The righty awaits the Archie Bradley delivery. The pitch comes homeward bound. That is a 3-6 to Shannon. And Shannon will hit this ball hard. It's an 11. As he singles up the middle. So a 1-out single. Shannon's at first. And I'll bring up Julian Javier. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Shannon 65% chance of stealing. Hit and run 210. No. We're going to let Javier swing away. He batted 260 and 68. 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch to Julian Javier, and that is a 5-9. Strike 3 looking. He froze him on the off-speed pitch. So 2 outs, 1 on. Shannon will be off on contact, and Donald Maxwell steps to plate. The shortstop is 2 for 3 with a run scored and a ribby. Bradley looking to take it to the bottom of the 8th, keeping it a 3-run deficit. Here's the pitch to Maxwell, and that is a 4-12. That's a ball hit the Goldschmidt. Solid fielding first baseman. That is a 16 G1 and an 11. And Goldschmidt will make the play. Side will be retired. As he takes it to the bag himself, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 5, Diamondbacks 2. Gibson back out on the mound. Gibson today 7 innings. He's given up 10 hits and 2 runs. He's walked 2, struck out 8. Cardinals bullpen still getting ready, just in case Gibby gets in any trouble. He will face Hazelbaker, Drury, and Descalso. Hazelbaker 2 for 2 with a walk. And he is thrown out. Remember, he threw out Lou Brock in the top of the first. Gibson deals to Hazelbaker. And that is a 4-5. And Hazelbaker drives this ball. That's a 6. That ball's going deep. Got good wood on that one. Maris going back at the track. He leaps up, bangs into the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Nice play by Roger Maris as he shows the ball to the umpires and throws it back into Javier. So 1 out for Brandon Drury. Second baseman's 0 for 3. Again, action in the St. Louis bullpen. Here's the pitch to Drury. Trying to get off the schneid here. Will he be 0 for 4? We shall see. That's a 3-3. What will it be? 3-3. And that's a walk. So Drury doesn't get a hit, but he does get on. Keeps the chain line moving. And I'll bring up the designated hitter, Daniel Descalso. Descalso is 0 for 3. Did have 10 home runs in 2017. Cepeda holding on Drury, 1 out. Cardinals hoping to turn 2. Gibson takes a peek at first. Now he deals to Descalso. And that is a 4-7. And Descalso was single to center. Drury will hold at second. Now bring the game-tying run to the plate, and Chris Iannetta. Iannetta is 2 for 3 off Gibson with a home run. Iannetta had 17 home runs in 2017. And let's take a look at our bullpen now. Iannetta is a righty. He's tough on lefties. Washburn is a 5R, 14-8 with no saves. Most likely he was just a starter. Gibson has convinced the manager that he's okay to stay in the game, so he's going to stay in the game and face Chris Iannetta. One out, 2 on. Here's the pitch to Iannetta. Moment of truth here for the Diamondbacks. And that is a 4-8. 4-8. And Iannetta works a walk. And now bases are loaded. And A.J. Pollock steps to the plate, and he's 2 for 4 with a run scored. And that's it for Bob Gibson. He is coming out of the game. Clinton Parks has joined us in the chat. He says, what did I miss? Well, Bob Gibson has the lead, but the bases are now loaded, and we're taking him out of the ball game here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Clinton Parks also says, just broadcasted one, Astros-Cubs from 1965, Game 2, from May 1st, 1965, Game 2 of a doubleheader. Oh, we'll have to check that out. And so check out Clinton Parks' channel. He has Astros-Cubs, Game 2 of a May 1st, 1965 doubleheader. So that must be National Pastime 3 he's using. Clinton does a marvelous job. So check that out. Oh boy, Pollock has owned Gibson. 2 for 4 with a run scored. Well, seeing that it's my project, I don't want to take Gibson out, but I don't want him to lose this game either. So we're going to go to Ray Washburn. He was 14-8 with a 2.26 earned run average. 30 starts. Doesn't look like he pitched out of the pen, but he's a 5R. If I can just get him to get A.J. Pollock out. But usually if you bring a guy in who doesn't pitch out of the pen normally, it's not a good thing. Let's check out Willis. He had 4 saves, 2 and 3, 3.39. Washburn, 2.26. We're going to let Gibby go. We're going to let Gibby go. Gibby's staying in the game. Gibson's staying in the game. Come on, Bob Gibson. So Pollock represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Cardinals up 5-2. Gibson staying in the game. 1 out. No place to put Pollock. And Torey Lovullo takes Pollock out. He's going to the pinch hitter, Nick Hamed. Wow. Oh, pinch runner. Sorry, pinch runner. I was going to say. Pinch runner comes in Hamed. He's a much better base runner. He's at first, 1 through 14. So now Pollock steps back in the batter's box. The windup and the pitch from Gibson to Pollock. And that is a 1-9. Oh, boy. Come on. 1-9. Can Gibson come through? Strike 3 looking. Couldn't pull the trigger. Gibson took something off that one. And he fooled Pollock as he was sitting dead red. And that is Gibby's 9th strikeout. So 2 outs, bases loaded for David Peralta. Peralta's 2 for 4 with a double and a ribby. Left-handed batter. Again, let's look at our pen here. And we're going to bring in Mel Nelson. He did have a save, so that means he did pitch out of the pen. So Mel Nelson will come in to face the lefty Peralta. And Bob Gibson's day is done. He is responsible for the bases loaded, though. So here's Nelson. And he is very tough on lefties. He's an 8L. So Mel Nelson, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 save, earned run average 2.91, struck out 16, walked 9. And he is an 8L, so that's very tough on lefties. He comes in to face the left-handed batting David Peralta. 2 outs, bases loaded, no place to put Peralta. And Torey Lovullo will counter with Yasmani Thomas. And Yasmani Thomas is a right-handed batter. He doesn't hit lefties well, but he's a right-handed batter. And he batted .241, 8 homers, 32 ribbies. So here's the pitch from Nelson to Thomas. 2 outs, bases loaded. Cardinals have a 5-2 lead. Bottom of the 8th here in Arizona. And that is a 6-5. Oh, I forgot to click this. So that's a 6-5. Oh, my Lord. Oh, boy. The pinch hitter Thomas drives this ball, and it is gone! Grand slam Unbelievable. Not only is the Bob Gibson win gone, the lead's gone as he crushes that ball to left center field. Thomas touches the ball, a pinch hit grand slam. As the Diamondbacks take the lead 6-5. Jeez. Wow. So Gibson will get a no decision. And the possible loss will be hung on Nelson. And here comes Paul Goldschmidt. And that's it for Nelson. Willis will come in the game. Ron Willis. Ron Willis, 2 wins, 3 losses, 4 saves, 3.39 earned run average, striking out 39, walking 28. As the Cardinal bench is just utterly dejected. Oh, man. Here's the pitch to Goldschmidt. Cardinals guarding the lines. And that is a 4-6. Ground ball to Maxfield. He'll throw to Cepeda. Side retired. But it comes one batter too late. We go to the top of the 9th. Arizona now has a 6-5 lead thanks to the pinch hit grand slam by Thomas. And they'll bring in their closer, Fernando Rodney. Wow. Rodney, 5 wins, 4 losses, 39 saves, 4.23 earned run average. He struck out 65, walked 26. He will face Ron Davis, Lou Brock, and Kurt Flood. But he will not face Davis. Davis will be called back for a pinch hitter as he's stronger against left-handed pitching, and Rodney is a right-hander. Ed Spezio. No. Sorry. Edwards will come in the game. To pinch hit for Davis. So Johnny Edwards, 239, 3 homers, 29 runs batted in, and 230 at-bats. Pinch hits for Davis. Davis was a successful pinch hitter, remember? Let's see what Edwards can do. Rodney gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch. As Herman's come in to catch, so that's one change. He has a +2 arm, everything. And Thomas has gone out to left. Hazelbaker moves from left to right. And Pollock still stays in center. Lamb's at third, Owens still at short, and Drury still at second. Here is the pitch to Johnny Edwards. Will it be Johnny on the spot? We shall see. And that is a 4-6. And Edwards works a walk, tying run at first base. Lou Brock steps to plate. Brock 2 for 3 with a triple. He was thrown out in the top of the first by the then left fielder Hazelbaker. And that's the difference in the ball game. Brock did return the favor, throwing out a runner in the bottom of the first after the Diamondbacks got their first run. Edwards, 80% chance of stealing. Corners are playing in. Let's take a look at that. 1 through 16. We're going to attempt it. 80% chance. He can't get the proper lead. We'll call the steal off. And here's the pitch to Brock. He tripled today. He's 2 for 3. And that is a 3-10. Brock will hit the ball hard. And that will be a single, a line shot single. Up the middle. Edwards hits second base and holds. So the first two runners are on via a walk and single. And here comes Curt Flood. Curt Flood 3 for 4 today with 2 ribbies. Cardinals trail by 1. On deck is Maris, who has been god-awful. Corners are playing in again. Why, I don't know. They're looking for the bunt. We're not bunting. The windup and the pitch from Rodney to Curt Flood. Flood looking for his 4th hit. That is a 4-12. Diamondbacks looking for a double play ball. 4-12. Ground ball to Goldschmidt at first. Again, solid fielding first baseman. That's a 2. That's a G2 number sign. Now we roll for the error, and that's an 11. No error on the play, but will it be a double play? That's the question. Goldschmidt fields it. No, he does not! As it's why it gets by him on the range play. And Flood picks up his 4th hit and another RBI. We have a tie ball game, 6-6. Brock, the go-ahead run at third, so Fernando Rodney blows the save. Flood, 100% chance of stealing second with the infield in. We're sending him second. Attempt to steal. And no throw. He gets second base. So second and third now, no outs. Roger Maris 1 for 4. Infield pulled in. Herman sets the target. Here is the pitch to Roger Maris. Once again, hoping to turn back the hands of time. And that is a 5-9. Strike 3 looking. Maris does not turn back the hands of time. He just turns back and goes to the dugout. So 1 out, and now it's up to the baby bull. Infield still pulled in. Brock at third. Flood at second. Base hit should score 2. Flood, an outstanding base runner. Cepeda 0 for 4. The windup and the pitch by Fernando Rodney. And that is a 4-5. Can the baby bull come through in the clutch? 4-5. Infield in. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rodney really blew that fastball by Cepeda. So now 2 outs, 2 on for Tim McCarver, the catcher. He is 1 for 4. 6-6 ball game, top of the 9th. Rodney gets the sign from Herman. Here's the pitch to McCarver, and that is a 5-4 to Tim McCarver. Can McCarver come through in the clutch? 5-4. McCarver walks. He does not chase. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Mike Shannon steps to the plate. The third baseman's 1 for 3. 1 for 4, excuse me. Rodney rubs up the baseball. Takes a deep breath. Peers in at Herman. He deals to Shannon. And that is a 1-9. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rodney gets out of the jam, but he gives up the tying run. It is 6-6. We go to the bottom of the 9th. So Rodney did a great magician's act, but he gives up the tying run. And Ron Willis is still on the mound for the Cardinals. 6-6, bottom of the 9th. Due up, Lamb, Owens, and Hazelbaker. Lamb extremely tough on right-handers, 6R, but I don't know who else we have in the pen. Joe Horner will come in. Probably should have brought him, as Clinton Parks was saying in the chat before. So Joe Horner will come in. 17 saves. 8-2, 17 saves, 1.47 earned run average. To face the left-handed batting Jake Lamb. Lamb 0 for 3 with a walk. Lefty-lefty matchup. Horner deals to Lamb. Will he make him shish kebab or a gyro? We shall see. That is a 5-9. And he will strike him out looking, one away. 2 outs away from extra innings. Chris Owens steps to the plate. He's 0 for 4. McCarver sets the target. Here's the pitch to Owens, and that is a 6-6. Route 66, you get your kicks. Hard hit ball, and that'll be a single. Line shot for a single with 1 out off Horner. Right back up the middle. Winning run at first base, 90% chance of stealing second. Can Horner and Cepeda hold him on? He's running. 1 through 18, he's safe. 12% chance of an error. McCarver's going to throw down. We need a 20 here. 14. Slides in safely. Beats the throw easily. As Maxville applied the tag, but very late. Winning runs at second. 1 out. Jeremy Hazelbaker steps to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Horner picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Hazelbaker. And that is a 3-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3, so 2 outs. Owens is at second. He has the game-winning run here in the bottom of the 9th. He'll be off on contact. Brandon Drury steps to the plate. Drury, even. He hits lefties and righties equally. He's 0 for 3 with a run scored. Horner peers in at McCarver. Nods his head. Here's the pitch to Drury. He's got a chance to win this game for the Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the 9th. And that is a 6-7. Strike 3 looking. He hit the outside corner. Great job by McCarver framing it. We're going to extra inning 6-6. As this is what we call a Clinton Park special. Oh boy, 6-6 ball game. Top of the 10th, Julian Javier to lead it off. He's 1 for 4 with a double. Fernando Rodney still in the game. Here's the pitch to Javier, and that is a 3-7. As Javier will fly out to Pollock in center. 1 away. Now bring up Dal Maxville. His shortstop is 2 for 4 with a run scored. Diamondbacks infield, outfield, straightaway and normal. Here's the pitch to Maxville, and that is a 1-7. And that will be a single to left as he turns on that fastball. Thomas fields it, throws it back into Owens. Go-ahead run at first, Maxville, and here comes Johnny Edwards. He walked off Fernando Rodney his first time up as he came in to pinch hit for Davis. Diamondbacks looking at turn 2. Here's the pitch to Edwards, and that is a 5-7. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 outs. Maxville will be off on contact. Top of the order, Lou Brock, 3 for 4 with a triple and 3 ribbies. Can Brock drive in the go-ahead run? Brock asks for time. Steps back in the batter's box. Rodney deals to the left-handed batting Lou Brock, and that is a 5-6 for Brock. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side retired. Rodney gives up the single, then strikes out 3. We go to the bottom of the 10th, 6-6 ball game. Joe Horner still on the mound. He will face Descalso, Herman, and Pollock. Descalso's 1 for 4 with a run scored. Here's a pitch from Horner, and that is a 6-7. Strike 3 looking, and that's Horner's fourth strikeout. And here comes Chris Herman. Herman came in to play defense after Iannetta was pinch hit for. Herman batted .181 with 10 home runs in 2017. Another left-handed batter. Cardinals guarding the line. McCarver sets the target to his counterpart. Here's the pitch to Herman. And that is a 2-3. 2-3. What will it be? Herman's jammed. He pops it up towards second. Javier will make the catch near the outfield grass. 2 up, 2 down. Top of the order, A.J. Pollock, 2 for 5, a run scored, and a ribby. He has homered. Oh, I'm sorry. He's 1 for 9 overall. He's 2 for 5 with 2 singles. Pollock did have 14 home runs in 2017. Will he get a walk-off? Joe Horner nods his head. He deals to Pollock. And that is a 5-7. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th, 6-6 ball game. 5-7. And Pollock will hit this ball hard. And that's a 5. As that ball will split Brock and Flood in left center field. Flood will get to it and throw it back into Maxwell, but Pollock easily cruises into second base with a 2-out double. The game-winning run is at second. And the man of the hour, Yasmani Thomas, with a pinch-hit grand slam, and it put the Diamondbacks up by 1, 6-5. Rodney would blow the save in the top of the 9th. And that's why we're 6-6, bottom of the 10th, 2 outs. Pollock will be off on contact. Yasmani Thomas is a 3R, so he hits right-handed pitching, better than left-handed pitching. Horner stays out there. Can Thomas drive in his 5th run and win this ball game? Horner deals to Thomas. And that is a 3-4. Will this be a walk-off win for the Diamondbacks? We shall see. 3-4. Will he show Horner the door? He will not. Strike 3 looking. Side retired. We go to the top of the 11th. Fernando Rodney still out on the hill. Corners move in. He will face Flood, Maris, and Cepeda. Flood 4 for 5 with 3 ribbies. Here's the pitch to Flood. And that is a 1-10. Can Flood do damage again? He does. Hit number 5, single to left. And Rodney will be coming out of the game as he's tired. Let's see what Lavulo does. As Roger Maris steps to the plate. Rodney staying in. Chance for Maris to get a hit off the tiring Fernando Rodney. Flood, actually, hold on. I made a mistake here. Cancel. Let's attempt to steal. Flood, 90% chance of stealing if he gets the proper lead. Attempt to steal. He's running. 1 through 18, he is safe. It's a 15. He slides in safely. Go ahead, runs at second. He beats the Herman throw. Herman with a bad arm, +2. So Maris, 1 for 5. Rodney laboring out there. And now Torey Lovello brings in Randall Delgado to pitch to Roger Maris. Delgado in 2017, 1 win, 2 losses, 1 save, 3.59 earned run average. He's a righty. Tough on lefties. He's a 3L. He struck out 60, only walking 14. Maris batted .255. We really don't have anything on our bench. Phil Gagliano. He only batted .229, though. He's 2R. He bats, when he does get hits, it's against righties. You know what, though? I think Gagliano would have to go out. We're going to pinch hit. Phil Gagliano will come in to pinch hit for Roger Maris. Ah, but Maris is a 1R. Yep, we're going to do it. We're doing it. Phil Gagliano would go on to play for the Red Sox later. Chance to be a hero here. Gagliano, .229. No homers, 13 ribbies. And again, he is a 2R. Flood at second, no outs. Delgado deals to Gagliano, the battle of the vowels. Who shall win? That is a 1-9. 1-9. Gagliano, a fly to right field. Will this be deep enough? Hazelbaker going back makes the catch. And it's not deep enough. Flood stays put. I'll bring up the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda's 0 for 5. Looking to get off the schneid, as we say. He awaits the Delgado offering. Here's the pitch to Cepeda. That is a 1-12. The baby bull singles to center. We're waving Flood around. 1 through 14, he will be safe. We're still sending him. We're going to hold Cepeda. 1 through 14, he's safe. Here comes the throw by Pollock. It's a 2! The Cardinals take the lead. On the Cepeda, 1-out single, it's 7-6. So Cepeda gets off the schneid in a big way. RBI single in the top of the 11th with 1 out. 90% chance of stealing second. He's going. 50% chance to get the lead. He can't get the lead. Good job by Delgado and Goldschmidt. He'll stay put now. Tim McCarver 1 for 4 with a walk. Delgado looking to produce a double play ball here. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-9 to McCarver. Ground ball to Goldschmidt. He throws to Owens. Owens comes across the bag. Back to Goldschmidt. Side retired. 3-6-3. Double play. But the Cardinals take the lead. We have to put Gagliano in right now. So Phil Gagliano will stay in and play right. It's a +2 arm. Horner is going to try to close this thing out here. Horner so far, 2 innings pitched. He's given up 2 hits and he struck out 5. He'll face Goldschmidt 2 for 5 with a ribby. McCarver wiggles the fingers, sets the target. Here's the pitch by Horner. And that is a 1-5 to Goldschmidt Beer, as I call him. 1-5. And Goldschmidt walks, tying run at first. And Horner is laboring now, so he's coming out of the game. Oh, boy. We're going to give him one more batter. We're going to let him go against the lefty. And then we'll take him out. Goldschmidt, 85% chance of stealing. He's not going anywhere. Here's the pitch to Lamb. This will be Hoerner's last batter. And that is a 4-8. And Hoerner strikes out Lamb. He makes him a gyro. And he's coming out of the ball game. So with one out and Goldschmidt the tying run at first and Owens at the plate, we go back to the pen here. Quite a game it's been. As the Cardinals have a 7-6 lead with one out in the bottom of the 11th. They have righty, lefty, righty. He's a 2R. Washburn, 2.26. We're in the 11th. 5R. He's very tough on righties. Well, Washburn's coming in to pitch out of the pen. I don't care. We need to get 2 outs. He can pitch. As Washburn's tired because he's coming out of the pen. And he's not normally a reliever. But hopefully he can get 2 outs here. So Goldschmidt's 80% being held. Owens 1 for 5. Goldschmidt still can't get the lead. Good job by Washburn and Cepeda. Washburn trying to get a double play ball here. He deals to Owens. And that is a 3-12. Come on, double play ball. 3-12. This is off Owens' card. Oh my god, we hit him with the freaking pitch. Unbelievable. Tying run at second, winning run at first for Jeremy Hazelbaker, who's 2 for 4 with a walk. He threw out Brock at the plate. He's a lefty. Even. Oh, Lord. Jaster, he looks like a starter. Also, no saves. He started 21 games. Hughes, 2 for 2. Well, Hughes is coming in. Washburn couldn't get the out we were hoping for. If he got the out, we would have kept him in the game. He doesn't, so he can't get his batter out. And here comes the man with the glasses, Dick Hughes. 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 saves, 49 strikeouts, 21 walks, 3.53 earned run average. 1 out, 2 on. Tying run at second, winning run at first. Hughes tough on lefties, even though he's a right-handed thrower. And Jeremy Hazelbaker is at the plate, the left-handed batter, 2 for 4 with a walk. Hughes trying to induce the double play ball, which would produce the win for the Cardinals. The windup and the pitch to Hazelbaker. Will he be a candlestick maker or a hero? That is a 6-7. Unbelievable. Alright, he hits this ball hard. 17. Thank God. He drives this ball deep to center. Flood going way back at the track, and he makes the catch. And Goldschmidt does not tag up, as Flood quickly throws the ball back in towards Maxville. Surprised Goldschmidt didn't tag up. So there's 2 outs now, and it's up to Brandon Drury. The Diamondbacks second baseman is 0 for 4 with a run scored. Goldschmidt represents the tying run at second, 1 through 16 base runner. Owens the winning run at first, 1 through 15. 2 outs, runners will be off on contact. Dick Hughes trying to save it here for Hoerner in a role reversal. Hughes picks up the sign from McCarver. Here's the pitch to Brandon Drury, and that is a 4-7. Strike three, looking, ball game over. Dick Hughes gets the save. Horner gets the win. Gibson the no decision. The Cardinals come back to win 7-6 in 11. What a ball game as the Cardinal bullpen imploded. Wow. That's what you call a Clinton Park special. Let's go to the box score. This stream is going on 2 hours for a dice baseball game. Wow, it was a long game. So 2 starts for Gibson, and he fails to get a win. He loses to the Red Sox and a no decision to the Diamondbacks. Cardinals win 7-6 in 11 in a thriller in Arizona. Gibson went 7 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. His ERA is now 5.17 as he goes up against the best teams from 2017. No year of the pitcher so far for Gibson. Nelson didn't record an out, and he gave up a hit, a run, and it was earned. It was a home run. It was a grand salami. Willis, a third of an inning, scoreless. Horner, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, struck out 6. He gets the win. Washburn tried to get 1 out in the bottom of the 11th. He did not. The runner, he hit the batter. He came out of the game for Dick Hughes, who got the final 2 outs and the save. He struck out 1 to end the ball game. Zack Greinke, 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 1, struck out 2. Chafin, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Bradley, 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no runs. Fernando Rodney takes the loss and blew a save at the same time. That's Fernando Rodney. 2 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He walked 2, struck out 5. Delgado came in, pitched 1 inning, gave up a hit, no runs. Player of the game for the Cardinals, we have co-players of the game. Lou Brock and Kurt Flood, they both drove in 3 runs, so they drove in 6 out of 7 runs. The other one was driven in by Cepeda. That was the game-winning RBI in the top of the 11th with 1 out. He singled. Lou Brock, 3 for 5, a run scored, 3 RBIs. He was thrown out at the plate by Hazelbaker in left in the top of the first. Flood, 5 for 6, a run scored, 3 ribbies. Maris, 1 for 5. Gagliano came in to pinch it and play right, 0 for 1. Cepeda, 1 for 6 with the game-winning RBI. McCarver, 1 for 5. Shannon, 1 for 5. Javier, 1 for 5, a run scored. Maxwell had a good game, 3 for 5 with a run scored. Tolan, 1 for 2 with a run scored. He did bunt into a double play, though. Davis, the pinch hitter, 1 for 1 with a run scored. He doubled. And Edwards walked and scored, and he was 0 for 1. So the Cardinals in victory, 47 at-bats, 7 runs, 18 hits, 7 RBIs. Now to the losing Diamondbacks in this project. Pollock, 3 for 6, a run scored. Peralta, 2 for 4 with a ribby. Yasmani Thomas, 1 for 2, a run scored and 4 RBIs. He had a pinch hit grand slam to put the Diamondbacks in the lead by 1 going into the top of the 9th. Rodney blew the save. Goldschmidt, 2 for 5 with a ribby. Lamb was shish kebab and a gyro, 0 for 5. Owens, 1 for 5. Hazelbaker, 2 for 5. Drury, 0 for 5 with a run scored. Descalzo, 1 for 5 with a run scored. Iannetta, 2 for 3 with a run scored. The Ahmed pinch ran and scored. And Herman came in to catch when Ahmed pinch ran for Iannetta, and he was 0 for 1. Diamondbacks in defeat, 46 at-bats, 6 runs, 14 hits, 6 RBIs. What a ball game. So once again, after 2 starts, Bob Gibson is still 0-1. Loses the first game, gets a no decision in the second game. Cardinals win, though, in 11, 7-6. A thriller. This is Al Red Sox fan saying thank you very much to Clinton Parks as his cardiac baseball at its finest. God, I wish I didn't give up the freaking grand slam. That was stupid. I should have brought Horner in. Anyhow, thank you to Clinton Parks. Thank you to What's Blazing in Sports. Check out Clinton Parks' channel. Check out T-Dub with What's Blazing in Sports for your boxing needs. Thank you to Beatles Eternally and D. Scott Howard. And to anyone else who has watched, to The Real World, and anyone else who watched and will watch at a later date. Al Red Sox fan, signing off here, as it's 11:31 Eastern Standard Time, East Coast of the United States of America. Health and happiness till next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Hope you enjoyed. Peace!